Yesterday was my cardio stretching day. Now, one day a week, I like to do a really good, solid stretching session, and I like to do cardio boxing. Now, obviously, you guys know I'm trying to learn kickboxing, and I am practicing to be competent, but I also am trying to meet my goals to maintain my weight class, and I found no better way to do that than cardio boxing. So, what am I doing here? These are what I like to call seated good mornings. Now, why am I doing these? I had a serious back injury. Back in 1996, I had 48 stitches from the mid-back all the way to my kidneys. It was a massive laceration, and it severed nerves. And for a couple of years, I didn't have feeling on one side of my body. And during that time, I was screwing my back up just doing everyday tasks. If you don't have feeling, you don't even know what you're doing. You have no idea if you're damaging yourself or not. So just like picking stuff up off the ground or doing work, my daily work. I still had a job. I still worked full time. When I started getting feeling back, oh my God, it was a nightmare. So that's why I do these seated good mornings. The whole idea is you want to keep your back straight, and you want to pull with your glutes and your hamstrings. The idea here is to stretch everything out. So I'm going slow and controlled, and I'm getting into that stretch up to where it's, now you don't want to hurt, but you need to be in that zone where it's uncomfortable. And the idea is to ease into it and get a little bit farther every single time and just lovingly stretch that out. And when you come back up, you want to pull with your glutes and your hamstrings. And you can do that by kind of pressing your feet against the ground a little bit. It sort of activates that. Now, what'll happen if you don't, you'll be pulling with your lower back. And that's fine if you wanted to work your lower back, but it's going to fatigue it really fast. And I think there's much better exercises that you can do, like deadlifts or actual good mornings, that are much easier to get into. This is a wonderful stretch if you have tight hamstrings, if you're one of those guys that runs marathons, or you're a squat monster like us. We like to squat every day. That gets really tight. You got to loosen that stuff up. My focus this last couple of weeks has been head movement, slipping, rolling, defense, keeping your hands up, which I'm horrible at doing, and that's really what I'm focusing on. I know the movements seem kind of slow and awkward, but it's because I'm concentrating and I'm trying to remember to oh yeah, do that. It hasn't been committed to muscle memory yet. The only way to do that is repetition. I just got to do it over and over again until it's natural. And then it seems like every time I pick a skill up and I learn it, I focus on that skill and the other ones go to shit. And then I'm like, oh, I forgot to throw my shoulder, or I didn't lean into it. Or, it's putting it all together in your head. When I spar, or when it's much more, when I'm just moving fluidly, everything seems to come together a lot better. But when I'm trying to focus on doing the drills, I feel like I'm just like a robot. It sucks. I watch these videos and I'm like, man, I just can't seem to get it down. I don't know. I'm hard-headed though, so I'm just going to keep at it. So while you're watching me train, I thought I would introduce today's chat, which is friends online, people that we meet. We post these videos, people comment, you comment back, you get to know people. And some of those people become genuine friends. You start interacting, you start collaborating. Some of them you have relationships on the phone. I've had the pleasure of meeting a couple of different people that I met online. So the relationships can be as real as you want them to be. You can invite people into your life. I have this thing where I will meet you at your level. Whatever you say to me, I'm going to say back. If you're rude to me, I'm probably going to try to joke around with you and lighten it up. If you're trolling, I'll usually lean into it. You know what I mean? If someone says something about the way I look or the way I act or how bad at something I am, I usually lean into it and agree with them. Hey, you got me, man. But I'm also under the assumption that everybody commenting, I thought for the most part everybody's friends. When you start a YouTube channel, fitness, you'll get online, you post your first video, and it will sooner than later, it'll kind of box you in and categorize you with other fitness channels, and you start getting to know people, and you'll notice that a lot of them are tied together. It's like a small community of small content creators, and it's a cesspool. But when I first got online, it freaked me out. I thought, oh my God, that's nothing but trolls. Everybody hates me. Everybody's attacking me. And I was super defensive. Then I started to get to know people, and I realized, oh, okay, they're just people. Everybody knows each other. And I'm always under the assumption that, for the most part, everybody's just kidding around and being friendly with each other. That's how I always took it. But lately, I'm coming to realize that there's like some real animosity in the community. And I talk to one person, and he hates this other person I talk to, and then there's beef with that, and I'm in the middle, and they're commenting and trying to get me to say something about the other guy. And I'm like, I like both of you. Like, I got no problems with either of you, so I'm not going to get into that. I don't have a problem with anybody online. I really don't. Even Max, you know, I made that video about him. Like, honestly, as long as he stays out of my personal life, I'm cool with him. I got no beef with anybody. I recently got an endorsement from somebody that's got a large amount of subscribers, and then I got a bunch of comments about this guy's evil, and you got to watch out for him. I'm like, oh my God, I can't keep up. I don't know, man. I'm a simple dude. I go to work every day. I come home. I train. I hang out with my family. I go to bed, rinse and repeat. As far as like past atrocities or things that have happened, and you know, you did this to that person, and I'm like, I don't want to be part of it. I really like interacting with you all. I love the comments, and I will continue to do so. I really want to stay out of all the personal stuff. You know, I was under the assumption that everybody's friendly with each other, and you know what? You comment on my page, I'm going to comment back, period. And I got, you know, I'm just not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into the small beefs. And the other thing is you guys got to lighten the hell up. I thought we were all joking around. This one guy, DT, he used to he told me kind of hard. And for whatever reason, everybody assumed that we didn't like each other. And I'm like, I don't know the guy. I got to know him. He's totally cool. Like, I don't have a problem with him. And I thought he was just messing with me. When we were in the Marine Corps, man, this is construction. It gets my throat, you know what I mean? All the dirt and dust. When we were in the Marine Corps, the way we would talk to each other, you know, you would go into the barracks and your buddy would be like, good morning, dickbag. What's up, fuckface? You know, that's just how we talk to each other. Like, we were pretty vile to each other. If you heard us talk, you would think, oh my God. And that's how I assume, you know, kind of YouTube is. It's just friendly ribbon. Everybody's messing with each other. But then I come to find it's like, no, there's some really deep-seated animosity. And I'm thinking, like, why though? Like, you know, for the most part, if you get unplugged, turn your phone off, go outside, interact with normal people, nothing online really exists in the real world. Like, it doesn't, it's all an illusion. Like, nobody's coming to your house from across the country to confront you because you said their squat sucks. And, you know, I see these idle threats. I'm like, I'll drive out there and I'll fly out there and kick your butt. I'm like, oh, really? Are you going to do that? Does it ever happen? I'm sure it does. I'm sure there's some crazy people out there that will actually follow through and do that. And then, of course, you got the, you know, the guys that are really malicious online, the ones that'll like attack your bank account, your personal life, and dox you and that kind of thing. That's evil. Those, you know, you will know them by their fruits. You know what I mean? Like, you got to have some discretion to be careful of that. I ran into that, and that is that's a different video right there. I'm just talking about the day-to-day stuff. We're all just kind of kicking it and having a good time. You know what I mean? Like, let's keep it light, you know, especially on my page. My page, I want it to be open and welcome to anybody. And if you want to make fun of me for the way I look, or you think I do something that I do is stupid, you know, whatever, say it. I'll answer you back. I'll probably agree with you. You know what I mean? Like, I know how ridiculous I am. It's part of me. That's what I am. You know, I'm a goofball. I'm not going to be like, you know, Rodney King. Can't we all just get along? But I'm going to say, you know, all are welcome. You know, I fully expect if I post a lift where I squat an enormous amount of weight and I don't hit depth, I just expect somebody to say something. You know what I mean? I posted it. So, hey, the onus is on me. I think it's a little bit of friendly ribbon between men is a good thing, you know, especially if you know the person. You know, it's one thing if you don't know somebody and they're sensitive. It's like, yeah, maybe get to know them a little bit first before you rail on them. But then you'll always get those comments that just come out of nowhere where people just sort of come in, see your video, and just want to leave a shit comment. Half of them don't even watch the video. They just look at the thumbnail and you start typing. Yeah, you'll get that. But the bottom line is, as long as we don't cross the line into malicious, where you're actually trying to harm someone, I think all of it's just good, fun, free speech, and I hope it continues. I just wish, I don't know, I wish the people on my that follow me got along a little better. You know, it's kind of a bummer to find out that this person doesn't like that person, and I hate to be in the middle of it, because as far as I know, everybody that I talk to, I'm cool with. I don't want to get in the middle of anything. But hey, man, if you got any thoughts, throw them in the comments. I love all you guys, and you know, throw me a subscription or a like if you enjoy my banter. I'll keep it coming. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, March 17th here in Nevada, I'm going to be competing, and I'm going to get that 1,700 pound total. You watch. We're going for it. Throw me a like, throw me a subscription. If you, I'm looking for training advice. So if anyone out there is interested in programming a 49-year-old competitive powerlifter, talk to me. I would love to hear. Right now I'm sort of driftwood. I don't have a direction. I know how to program, so I can always fall back on what I already know, but I'm looking to try some new stuff. So if anyone's interested in collaboration, hit me up. Love you guys. Bye.